Hi, Dr. Smita. How are you?
I'm very good and so nice to see you.
Good
And
to see you.
my love to all your followers. I'm so happy to come to your channel each time.
What are you going to teach me about today?
Today I'm going to talk to you about 3 ways we can screw up our immune system. Because at this time we need immune system, physical immune system, mental and emotional. These three immune systems are so important, and Ayurveda has shown three things you take care and you will be really great in your immune system. But before that, I want to actually explain to you the Ayurvedic concept. If you have ever heard about ojas. Ojas is kind of, according to Ayurveda, is something reserved near the heart in a very tiny gland in few drops, which is our reserve against anything, and it creates a fighting mechanism. Ayurveda, in fact, has spoken immune ojas concept in a not only in physical but emotional and mental as well. And it sounds very familiar to thymus
Did,
gland that we are talking nowadays in the modern science.
did you mean
So that
resolve?
reserve like extra reserve, like a reserved energy in your
Oh,
body, that is like a,
reserve. Yes.
yeah, it is reserved. So it's not, yeah, it's like something, it's your resource which is available to you, like in an emergency. So and it's interesting, sounds very familiar to what modern science has just found about thymus gland. And it says there are two kinds of immune responses. One is para and apara. So para is like a basic immune resource of yours, which is reserved, which is stored in this thymus type of gland near the heart, in a very little tiny gland within a few drops. And whenever you are exposed to any infection or even emotional attack from somebody, mental stress, this immune system creates a specific fighters, to control this infection. These fighters in Ayurveda are known as apara ojas, which means it is a acquired immunity. It is a specific antibody that is created against a specific toxic antigen that body has identified somewhere. And so that's the mechanism Ayurveda has described 5,000 years ago, where it is quite matching with the description of basic humoral immune responses and acquired immune responses. So now there are 3 things which can go wrong, and because it's too long and I think people will get really tired listening. So I want to divide this into 3 different sessions, which I will do it every day from today. So the first one, which today I want to talk to you about, is where the immune system, the basic immune, which we call in Ayurveda para ojas, is very strong. Your basic immune cells, your basic immune resource is quite strong and quite built. And you are not getting a lot of infections, and you are not getting sick very easily. And so that, okay, I'm very strong. And suddenly you find that you've got this one infection which is not controlled for years and years. I will give you an example of a real story from my experience in the clinic. I've been working for 32 years, and and I've seen one-on-one more than 300,000 people. But also we have this chain of Ayushakti clinics across the world, where 150 clinic partners are there, and we have franchise clinic doing detox, and we have resorts in India. So I'm talking from my experience, what I'm saying today. And that's why I would like to, and my purpose is to contribute in your life so you can take care of your immune system in a right way. That's why I've come on your channel. So this guy, a doctor from Germany, I'm changing the name, Dr. Lawrence, he had this kind of immune system since childhood, never became sick, never had any cough, cold, no sinusitis, no asthma as a child, no infections, it doesn't get sick. And suddenly he started getting nauseous, he started feeling tired, extremely tired. He was getting itching on his skin, and they did all the tests and they found that he has hepatitis B. So hepatitis B was positive, uh, which can happen, in some cases that you have already fought the infection and you have come out strong. So they did the test. This is about 14, 15 years ago in Germany. They did a test for viruses and they found that he had 500,000 viruses of hepatitis B. So he was shocked. He literally was shocked. He met me in our clinic partner in Munich, in her place, Eleanor Kolbeck. He met me there and he was so shocked. He said, I can't believe that my body couldn't fight this infection while my everything is so perfect. And that's where I saw his pulse and I found that toxins were blocking his, when the body sees some foreign thing, it prepares this fighting mechanism, the army, which is specific for that particular infection. But if this army doesn't reach to the site of infection, then the infection will keep alive. And but he still has a strong immune system, but his pathway where the immune antibody should go and fight it is blocked. So I said that I see this blockage in your system and you need to do the cleanse. So he came to India, he stayed for 3 weeks, he did a perfect cleansing. So cleanse and nourish. I am like a strong advocate of cleanse, nourish, cleanse, nourish. This is the key to vibrant health. That's it. Simple. You don't need any big theory. Cleanse, nourish. So he cleanses.
I include both in the same place because for me, cleanse without nourish is not well done.
Exactly, exactly. You can just scrap down the toxins, but you need to build the system again. So he just came for cleansing in India, and I gave 2 months very strong to build his immune system specifically for the liver situation. Okay, there are a lot of herbs which work for building the immune system, but each one has a very specific effect. So there is Bhui Amlaki, the Latin name is Phyllanthus niruri, and there is Guduchi, Tinospora cordifolia, and there is Kalmegh. These three herbs are super effective for liver fighting and creating specific immune system for the liver infections. I have tried it for hepatitis A, B, C. It's really effective. So I gave a huge dose of this, huge, in tons, I would say. I mean, 5 times more than what normal people would take. And I was actually, to my surprise, in a year's time, his viral load almost became nil. It's now 15 years. He's testing every year, but it's not showing any viral loads. Of course, I mean, everybody doesn't have same response. Some people have substantial reduction. Some people it is stable, not increasing the viral load. But the thing is that
And
you
he
need to.
continued for the 15 years. He continued on the herbs.
He's not taking any herbs anymore. He's just in contact with me because he's checking his viral load and sending me the results. I've told, because he's not found positive for almost 3 years. So I stopped all the herbs as well now. He's not taking any herbs actually. He's only doing periodical cleansing, which is once in 2 years or something. Just I told him that you need to keep cleansing because somewhere there is always a tendency to accumulate toxins. So that he does it regularly. He in fact opened he's a doctor, so he started his own Panchakarma clinic in Germany, where they have Ayushakti tie-up, so people from German people stay and do cleansing as per the way method which I have taught him actually. But so he does his own cleansing in his own clinic now. So that's one thing. And then the other two scenarios we will talk in next 2 days, But the thing is that if somebody is feeling that their immune system is very strong, but there's that one infection which is not fought and not controlled, it can be Epstein-Barr virus, it can be hepatitis, it can be anything. Then you have to think that your passages, the pathway, your immune responses are stronger, but it's not reaching the place where it is supposed to go and fight it out. And that's because of the toxin.
How on earth do you figure that out from the pulse?
Basically, when I look at the pulse, I see like this, I would show it here. And then in the middle finger, there is what we call as pitta pulse, okay? So that's actually kind of organ liver. So when the immune responses are not strong, it shows a low immunity in the pitta finger with the low liver. This combination shows that, yes, there is a problem. And then when the pulse is heavy, like, you've seen people, heavy weightlifters, they go down, and when they come up, it's like coming very slowly like this, So when the pulse is going down, normally all the pulse beat is going dum, 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 dum like this, But when it goes down and coming up, you feel that it's as if heavy weightlifter is coming up. It's a bit slower than the speed at which it's going down. That's the sign that they have toxins, and it can be anywhere. You don't have to be expert on the pulse. If that kind of a pulse is there, and also the other signs are tongue coated, sheen bone, when you press it, there is kind of a mucousy feeling there, and you feel heavy, as soon as you eat something, your stomach feels really heavy. So these are signs that there are toxins in the body, and before your body rebels and literally comes out with a boom, volcanic fire eruption of this toxin, you have to process it by doing detox. That's the right time when you should do it, so that you can prevent a lot of things in future. Next 2 days, actually, what I want to share is about the second situation of immunity, where immune itself is extremely less. The basic reserve, the para ojas, is so less that any infections body can't fight. What happens and how you can actually boost that immune system naturally. Here also cleansing plays a major role, but nourishing is the key. But I'll tell you precisely what kind of nourishment program and cleansing can help. So I'll give a little bit plan of cleansing. I know the cleanse that you have is really fantastic as well. People can do that. At the same time, some home cleansing I wanted to offer tomorrow. And then how to build up immune system using simple things from your diet and some herbs that you can take probably in tons every day. I would say 3-4 times the normal dose. And the third session I would like to talk will be about autoimmune responses, why immune system actually becomes wacky and starts literally attacking our own body. Why? And it has a direct connection with the childhood trauma, the abuses, traumatic experiences as a child or young ones. And from there, it begins. And how, so Ayurveda says that when you are shocked or have some traumatic experiences, the immune system behaves in a very strange manner. So I'll talk about that on the third day, and I'll show how you can heal from childhood trauma. And of course, I will also would like to show some cleansing program also on the third day. So that's my plan for next 2 days.
Fantastic. Let's jump on the first day, which is toxins, accumulation, and blockages for detoxification.
I gave you one example of hepatitis. So that's just one example. But in general, for example, if somebody has a symptom where in general they don't get sick, they don't feel ill, but there's this one specific infection. It could be in the colon, it could be in the liver, it could be general in the blood, like a fungal candida, that's not going away at all. what can you do? So first you have to do a cleansing. I always recommend at home doing mung and vegetable soup fasting, which is very easy to do. Start with first day of a ginger and cumin water fasting, 2 or 3 days of mung soup fasting. Just be on mung and vegetable soup all the time when you're hungry. If you're used to taking caffeine, because some people are really used to taking caffeine, maybe just take black tea or black coffee, but no milk. Anyways, I don't like milk, and I always tell people to stay away from milk, because I found from my experience that it is inflammation causing at this time. In the past, in our scriptures, they have said great things about milk, but I'm not in favor of milk and gluten and wheat. This I definitely tell everybody to stop all the time. And then so these 3 days of soup, and then 2 days of a bit solid mung and vegetable only, because mung bean, the green mung beans, are alkaline, and they pull out toxins from what they Ayurveda says the metabolic toxins, the tissue toxins. So if you stay just on that diet, body can process and remove the toxins easily. So once you do this, then you choose herbs that are good for your specific infection. So for the liver, I would recommend, like, we have a Livtone formula in Ayush Shakti, which is very powerful, but it contains mainly these 3 ingredients: Kalmegh, Bhui Amlaki, and Guduchi. So these 3 are good for the liver, any liver infections. Then,
Do you
if
think
there is,
do you think we
huh?
can find those herbs in the United States?
Yeah, Ayush Shakti USA sells Livtone, but other 3 herbs you can find it easily. Yeah, single herbs.
Okay, great.
So that's one. And then I just want to touch here some simple infections like Candida, for example, which is very common. And for this one, fasting with this, what I have planned, and of course staying away from fructose, gluten, and dairy. The key, Guduchi, the Tinospora cordifolia. Okay, Tinospora cordifolia, Guduchi. That one plant is so powerfully effective for Epstein-Barr virus and Candida. But only thing is that you need to take minimum, if you are taking extracts, take it equivalent to 2 grams per day. Then you see the change. So Tinospora cordifolia is something that I love it. It has saved my life, because once I had
And you take the whole herb in powder.
yeah, but 2 grams a day is very important.
Okay.
2 grams a day is to fight the infection. I don't know if you know about this virus, MCV virus, which comes from the cats.
Yes.
And I was exposed, I was never ill in my life. And suddenly in 1990, when I was traveling across US for my clinic trip, I stayed, I think, in some places where there were indoor cats, and I caught this virus. After few days, I started getting fever, and it didn't go away for 21 days. That's a typical sign of this MCV virus,
I think
CMV.
CMV, cytomegalovirus.
Yeah, CMV virus. I didn't say it right. CMV. And I took tons of Guduchi, this Tinospora cordifolia. It went away. It completely went away. I didn't need anything else at that time. So this is, every different, like, for example, pomegranate peel, which I've been talking about all the time, is precisely working against herpes viruses. So there are different, for example, Vidania somnifera, Ashwagandha, very popular one. Ashwagandha works against the virus which is settled in nervous system and brain. So there are certain viruses which causes problem, inflammations in the neurological situations, and Ashwagandha is very good there. So different herbs are working against a specific virus. It's like it's able to create this apara ojas effectively, what I mean to say. And if you choose it in a right way, you can really manage, but detox is the key. After that, you can nourish using specific herbs, and you can slowly, and trust me, if you have a problem which is years and years old, please don't expect a miracle. But I can tell you that if you continue doing things for long period of time, in a year or two, you will see that your health is coming back. You are getting stronger. You are coming out of infection naturally, because your own body will actually fight it out. That's it. So that's what I want to say today.
One,
Tomorrow I
one,
will
one,
actually talk
one more
about
question.
how.
One more
Yeah.
question today. What about any Ayurvedic herbs for cytomegalovirus, for coronavirus? Not.
So I always tell people, and we have this formula Virofight, which is sold in America and US website, Ayushakti US, off, which is working against flu. Then similar to coronavirus, for example. And then uh, what else did you ask me?
Is there any
Herbs.
herbs for coronavirus? Ayurvedic herbs.
Yeah, so this one is very effective because it has Kalmegh, Tinospora cordifolia, and pomegranate peel extract. Six main ingredients, but these three are the main, predominantly very, very high amount. It has around 2 grams per day of Tinospora cordifolia and around 2 grams per day of pomegranate peel in the form of extracts. So for this reason, this is the best thing to take. Yeah.
Uh-huh. All right. Have you seen any patients with coronavirus?
Actually, yes.
And what did you do for them?
I didn't check the pulse, of course, because he was in quarantine. And so I gave you remember last time I shared this herbal tea formula. So what happened that my son's friend, whose brother just came from Singapore, and he just uh, he just came, and in India at that time they were not very particular in checking each and every people, and they didn't actually give direction that you have to quarantine for 15 days if you come from other countries. So he just came, he met the family, and after 2 days he started getting symptoms of cough, cold, breathlessness. So they tested him and he was positive, and the whole family was tested, and the brother and the mother, both of them were also positive without symptoms. They were not symptomatic. So 3 of them were quarantined, and all of them started this Virofight along with whatever doctors, of course, didn't want to give anything because nothing specific was there except isolation. And he also took the herbal tea, which I spoke about, with the pomegranate peel, turmeric, ginger. You remember last time I did one episode on ancient secrets on viral infections with
Yes.
you?
Yes.
And I was sharing this herbal tea that exactly, in fact, he saw that episode. Somehow, I don't know how, he probably was following my Instagram. So he saw that without every day, 3 times a day. And after 7 days, he was found no corona negative. They still checked him for 3-4 more days every day. And then he was free. I think 8 to 10 days, he was out of the isolation.
So that's with
His brother and the mother is still in the quarantine.
that's
And
that's
now
with Virofight that's available in Ayushakti.
Ayushakti USA. Yeah. Ayushakti USA.
And the tea.
And the herbal tea that
And
I was sharing with you.
Can you share one more time the herbal tea?
Yeah, the herbal tea which I shared had pomegranate peel. So you take the whole pomegranate. So you can eat the inside seeds, or whatever you want to do with that. But the white part inside and the outside skin all together. So 1/4 of this skin at a time. You can also get dried skin. I have found it on Amazon. It's available. So 1/4 of this at a time. Chop it very fine and add 2-inch size of turmeric, so or 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, whatever is available, 1-inch size of ginger, 1 peppercorn, and Indian basil I recommended last time, which was like 20 leaves of Indian basil. If you can't find, you can use normal Western basil, and add 2 glasses of water and boil it, and make it half a glass, and then drink it one time, and then same mixture you can continue drinking. So he was drinking this mixture 3 times a day.
Uh-huh. All right.
And he stopped also, like I recommended, same thing he did. He stopped taking milk products and gluten and wheat in his diet.
Great. Well, thank you
That's
so much, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. And I just want to say love you all, and I'm so happy to share my knowledge with your people. And I'm very happy to be with you, Dr. Alexander. You are such a soul, divine, who has such a helping nature for people, such a commitment to help. Thank you.
Sweet dreams, Dr. Smita.
And good day for you.
Bye.